Check. Oh, Ubuntu. 9 a.m. 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, June 14th. Instead of saying curse words anymore, I'm going to say, oh, Ubuntu. Oh, Ubuntu. I took a little break. I come back. For no reason, um, CPU is like sitting at like 80%. Nothing's running. Nothing's moving. Well, things are running. Connections running. I think at a low level, there's like there's buffers being filled up, and like audio's muted, but there's still input. OBS still streaming, and so buffers are filling up. Buffers are filling up, and now start streaming again. CPU 65, 64. It's like, whoa. I don't know. Good morning. I started off this morning doing another crystal programming language exercise on exorcism.org. I'm going to move on to the next one. Actually, I did that, and then I found out that there was a language called Janet. Looked into it. It actually looks super amazing. One would have to have a very specific, interesting use case, but you could do a lot with it. I'll leave it at that. So happy Friday. Oh, Ubuntu though. I've been studying and learning the crystal programming language and just going to keep doing that. So I focus. I may work on something I call syntax blast as well. And I also took this lazy NeoVim, just got set up. And I actually want to, before I start on the crystal programming on exorcism, zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. So this is normal. I believe I opened this in Q. Yeah. I opened this in the subdirectory that I want to get to and open another project, syntax class. So if I start in Vim, I don't know what it, error detected, process automate commands for all, Lua callback, error, Lua lazy Vim plugins editor. Figure that out later. First question, find text, recent files, new file, find file, how I open directory. How I open a directory. New file. Okay, restore session. There's there. Find. Open, root, detect. What is this? Error. Lua editor.lua. Easy Vim. See, this is all good. Oh. There's a path problem. If I change directory back to home, launch this. I still have there. I launched it before I was down in. So change directory to home dot config nvim list init.lua license lua back one, then plugins no, change directory to vim list. Oh, okay. I totally had where's my plugins and I know which one. Home dot config. Well, I can go backwards in my, let's see what I did here. Let's see what I did earlier. I was in home slash dot config nvim little plugins. It's over there. There's my stuff. And I added telescope.lua and treesitter.lua. And I think from here I launched nvim. Attempt to index field uv editor.lua line 54. I might have oh, see there it launched and it was editor.lua line 54. Change directory to back list. Change directory to config. Oh, I was in like config. Where's editor.lua at? No config. Go back one. Another config. Change directory to back one. List Lua. Back one. Nvim. Change directory back one. Dot config. Clear. So when I did this, where did I do it from and how I screw it up? What if I launch from here? There, okay, plugins editor.lua. Lazy Vim. Yeah, that was the deal. I just got something on my phone I have to look at. No one's interested. It's weird when you get a message from an app that you didn't make. See, it's like thanks for paying your bill. You know, it's like your payment history is fire. They'll send you emojis. I'm like, it's 9 a.m. on a Friday. Cool. It's nice of you to reach out, I guess. I only have notifications on for certain things. I don't need to start just randomly sending me a customer service message saying, oh, good job. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. All right, good deal there. It didn't make any sense. I was focused in the paint. Sends me well, not a meaningless, a useless phone notification. I might have to go back to the NeoVim article I found. So I did the lazy plugins editor.lua54. What's it saying is plugins editor.lua line 50. I'll load it. That. I think I know what it was. It was like you need nerd font. So if I just launch this from home, buff inner auto commands for all. It's lazy. Auto command buffers, test, fix stuff, I don't like the purple. I don't like it. The screen on there's not enough contrast. It makes me dizzy. Like this is like breaking changes. So get signs that easy van. Okay, install. I to install. Update. Do clean. X. Use tab to go over. Clean. Space bar to select. Yeah. Figure out how to do that. Updates available. Updates available. Okay. This is why there's I had these. So I had these errors. Loaded are these 12. Updates available for these. What do I do? Escape. You. Oh, it's working. Updated. 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 All right, updating registries. I'm gonna let this run. Wait, what did that say? Messages, downloading tree sitter bash. Okay, you do your thing. I'm gonna move on to show me more concepts. Continuing my journey to go through to do crystal programming exercises on exorcism.org. They give you these like, here's your path, this, I guess I'll eventually go this. They're not, oops. I just accidentally clicked this up here and now I want to go to overview. No, I didn't want to go to insiders. The screen like moved right when I wanted to click. No, go back. All right, you completed the cancel dinner. Cool. I want to go back to the crystal. Nope. I'm zoomed in real far, so it can look better video. So the UI is all like kind of wonky. All right, that's what I want to go to, this page. Chess game was supposed to be the next one. It's learn about ranges while making a chess game. I'm just avoiding it. Build a password lock system while learning about union types. Yeah. I did modules. I did the modules and classes, which is just one. But just doing the one gave me a thorough understanding of how to use and organize classes and modules and the different types of them and the methods within them and how you might use them in an application or organize your code, but also there's given like different approaches, kind of a lot of flexibility when it comes to module, class, object-oriented stuff, and inheritance, and it's almost too flexible. Very, very pretty and simple, though, when it comes to syntax, and it just made sense. So this one's called password lock. I'm going to just go to start an editor. And I did say on the next one I was going to do that I was going to use their command line tool so I didn't have to screw with their editor. This one doesn't give you any boilerplate code, which is fine by me, and actually allows me to drag, well, introduction. Oh, there's where's the other exercises? It was like there was like a middle line here. Maybe I'm zoomed like too much, too little. There was like a sidebar here where I could pull this over. I don't want to zoom on. I don't want to zoom on the text editor. It's just like this time it's the same. If my mic's flipping around, I'm rubbing my chin. Okay. Well, yeah, the UI for this one is different. Password lock. Crystal allows for a variable to consist of multiple types. It's called a union type. union types are inferred quite common for a union type to be inferred by the compiler. Even if it consists of multiple types, it's still a single type at runtime. It's built of string and int32, so it will not be both at the same time. Instead, it will be either a string or an int32. A union type is declared by separating the types with a pipe. Okay. The most common union type is T or nil, where T is a type, which can occur in methods that can return nil. A variable being nillable. This is really important to know, like, fundamentally for this language. Type must be string, not string or nil. Okay. It's not limited just to 2 types, but it can be as many as you want. So foo, string, or int32 or nil. Like TypeScript, anyone? Foo equals 1, foo equals nil, foo equals 1.0. It's a union type. Behind the scenes, there's a struct that's or a union of different types of structs. There are ways to get the type of a variable either by using type of or object class. Type of will result in a variable's type at compile time. Object class will return the type at runtime. That's super important. If you want to see if a variable is a union type, then object class will not be able to tell you that, so only return the type at runtime, which is a single type. Yeah, as a compile time, it's going to determine what the type of the value for that variable actually ends up being. Foo equals 0 is equal to 0. No, then A, otherwise 1. So string or int32, foo.class string. As a union type is a single type at runtime, all the normal operations are gone. But when compiling the code, it will not know which type it is. Thereby, the code has to be set up in such a way that it can only be one of the types when wanting to use the type-specific operations. So string or int32 equals hello. Try to call downcase on it. Undefined method downcase for string or, oh, right, yeah. It does have a special method for union types, and the isA method, which takes a type as an argument and returns a Boolean. The nil question mark method is a shortcut for isA nil. Okay. So isA is like your all around type checker. Like putting the isA method in a control expression will make the compiler know which type it is, and therefore guarantee that it is that type. And for an else branch, it will be guaranteed that it is not that type. Putting isA method in a control expression will make the compiler know which type it is. Okay. If foo is a string, type of foo dot. So defensive programming. The isA is not limited to having just a single type as an argument. It can have a union type as an argument. It can also be combined with AND to allow for multiple types. The isA method, when using it in conjunction with a control expression, can't be an instance variable or class variable. Yeah, because the class or has to have its types. Instead, these have to be assigned to a local variable first. as. One way of making a union type into a single type is by making it so that a branch can only be entered if the type is a specific type. Another approach is to use the as method. This will make a union type into a single type by doing a runtime check. If the type is not the expected type, it will raise an exception. So they're saying foo string int32, foo as string dot downcase, foo dot as int32, error can't cast. Caution, this approach is only meant for when you are sure that the type is the expected type, or if you want to raise an exception when it's not. Using this approach with an improper setup can lead, that's why I said this is really important. So when it can be one or the other, don't call the methods on, don't try to call methods on the type that it's not. It's a string. You can't call, it's a string here, you can call downcase on it. Then you can't then just say, oh, as int32. As question mark works very similar to as, but instead of raising an exception on the type is not the expected type, it will return nil. This means that it will return a union type of the expected type and nil. It's kind of like a pass through, but yeah. So like Crystal has some nuances to it that force you to think and be thorough and have intent, to really have intent about choosing the type or using a union type, handling nil or raising exceptions. All right, so here's the instructions for this one. The password system is practiced in this exercise is not secure and is only used for educational purposes. Yeah. All right, so smartphone company, new processor to do more secure password handling. Okay, great. Set a password. The phone has the possibility of using multiple different types of passwords. Okay, so it's going to be like simple digit to an alphanumeric one, even one that stores fingerprint. So it's either int32, alphanumeric, which is a string, and the fingerprint uses a float 64. So class password block. This is where I'm gonna, you gotta zoom a little bit. No, I'm gonna zoom back out one. It was nice how it was. Class password block and with an initializer, it takes any of the three types of passwords as an argument, stores it, instance variable, at password. Okay, so define, initialize, and password block takes pass. Do I have to name it because it tests a certain way? Just add password. And here you say at password. See, I didn't have to look it up. A few days ago, I would have password is no. Here's where you say password equals pass. And here is where you say pass can be 32 or string or float 64. I think I have this right. Then app, and then initialize. I got this wrong. So cut that class password block. Initialize the parameters are going here. Password equals pass. Is that all they want you to do so far? Think so? Run test. I stayed up all night doing stuff, been at my desk a lot, and it's Friday. I think by 30-40 minutes from now, I think I'm gonna have to call, and then at like 1 o'clock, do some chores and things, and yeah, it passed. And maybe just take a break. Step 2. So they want to encrypt the password, so it's not stored in plain text. Each password type has its own way that they want to encrypt it. And int32 is divided by 2 and rounded to the nearest integer. Strings, it's reversed. Float, it's multiplied by 4. Encrypt, that takes no arguments, modifies the password variable so that it is encrypted. So you got to check the type of, so you got to check the type of password. You have to then so based upon its type, you encrypt it like this. So there's initialize. Define encrypt. Define encrypt. Doesn't take any arguments. I don't think you have to put parens then. Crystal. I get more and more used to the knowing what if syntax is correct or not as a type. Doing pretty well over the last 2 days in that regard. That's why I'm going through all these exercises. Define encrypt. So I can reference a password. This is lazy, but I'm going to say T equals how they tell me to use type of. You can do here by object class type of will return variables type compile type. Object class will be at runtime. If you want, for example, to see if a variable is a union type, object class. Not be able to tell you that as it will only return the type at runtime. Oh, and you know what? Does this need to be self.encrypt? I believe so. Define self.encrypt. So then I think because of that, I'm going to use type of because I don't know the correct answer here yet. T equals type of at password. And I'm going to do this a little different. I've been really liking these when clauses. Self.encrypt T. No, I'm going to accept T equals this. Case end when T. So that, yeah. Case T when int 32, then at password equals I'm on sample 2. It's divided by 2 and rounded to the nearest integer. Password equals at password, excuse me, divided by 2. I think I have to put that in parens. Dot. I think I'm on the right case here. It could be totally wrong, and this could all be screwed up. When float 64, I put the string one at the bottom because I want you to reverse it, and I don't know how to do that. And I don't think to reverse a string in Crystal, strings are immutable. You have to. There's not just like a reverse. It's simple, I bet, but I just don't know how to do it off the top of my head. Or like with one word. And float 64, then at password. And you know, this class should totally have, you know, a different method. Maybe I will spend a lot of time on this. A new method for each encryption type that takes in a password. The encryption type method. So like really each encryption type should have a password param where the correct as well. Watch, that'll be one of the next 3 or 4, yeah, tasks. Okay. So if it's a float 64, then password equals password times times 4. I'll tell you what else I don't like is how well, password is a class instance. It's like global within the class. It can be passed around between different methods and modified. It's just how it is. Probably best. They're all referencing the same same thing in value. Password equals password times 4. I'm going to say it's like this. Else do this. Else throwing this in for brevity. Else if type of password, type of T. I keep saying, yeah, because I have T, case T, when that, else. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to throw this in here. Else if type of, you wrap this in parens, type of T is string, and this is why I'm going to get Exercism's command line tool for doing these exercises. It's just the editor is wonky and I'm zoomed in, so it wants to do weird things. So if type of T equals string, at password equals at password dot reverse. I'm gonna cheat really quick. I actually have the string docs up right here. Well, I'll go to that. Click right here, find reverse. Yeah, you can just call reverse. Of course. Why was I worried? I was worried. Good job, Crystal Lynn. Why was I even worried? And I don't have, I'm not even going to check this because, I don't know, it gave me it's just exercises to learn. It's not to be perfect. Keep moving, the faster I can, the more subject matter I'll get to run tests. Like, I'll get sidetracked and spend all day on this. So at password, so right away it's saying then at password equals instance variables are not yet allowed in meta classes. Use at class first instead. Oh. Password equals pass. Why? Oh, I know why. It's not Crystal itself. It's the exorcism platform. I could tell this was an older thing too. Okay. Can I make this at up here though? I don't thoroughly understand. I don't. No, I don't understand. I know these are two different things. I don't know why yet. So yeah, these are class variables. This instant variable is not allowed. We can't infer the type of instant variable at password if password.lock. Do I need to not like be mutating it, and then once I'm outside of this method? Oh, no, I think it's all right now. Because it's a class, this is a method variable, self, something like that. So what just happened? Where's my results? Okay. Why did it fail? Undefined method encrypt. Oh, oh. So I don't have to self here. And now watch, it would yell at me about using these. That's what it meant. Can't for the type of yeah. It's because I said self on in the method definition. Makes sense. This is why I'm doing these. This right here, this type of thing right here. This is why I'm doing these. So would you rather run into weird little stuff like this when you're trying to build, you know, your spaceship or your baby? Okay, divide for string. It's saying compile time, it's a float or this or this. That means I need to use the opposite of type of. I need to say not the opposite of password lock, but self. Do I use self here? Oh, self doesn't have type of. This is what this exercise is all about. So I'm hitting the exact errors that the information they're talking about is about. Can't use divide for string. Undefined method divide for string. So it's saying case of D. It's saying when int32, then do this. Compile time, it doesn't know the type. It doesn't know if it can do this. This is where the is a. When t dot is a, is that how they did that up top? Is a, when t dot is a, and then it takes parens, it's a function. Yep, this is exactly why this is exactly why this exercise exists and is teaching. Exactly what. So when t dot is a 32, when t dot is a float 64. This is really nice, actually. Like this makes me happy. I really would say, you know, then you throw in a string, and then the else is going to be like, you know, type error on raise something is the would be the fall through. So is a float 64 here, just password reverse, assuming that it made it to here with it being a string and not nil. Okay, it still doesn't like that because of how I'm checking. So how did they say to resolve that? There are two ways to get this. Type of this. The difference is that type of will return variables at compile time. I want to use object class. If you want to see if a variable is a union type object hash class, be able to tell you that it will only return type at one time. So, oh, foo.class. So, if I use self, right? Like, yeah. Then self.password. Go self.password. I'm going to put those two in and see if it gets me further down in the path that to the next one. Unspoken token equals. Oh, I don't have to I can just accept the password by the 2.round, I think. See if that gets me anywhere. So now it's saying, hey, you can't do that on a string. What if I get rid of self now? think this is just where it's at now, though, right? Compile time is this. So you need self. And I get a different error when I try, and it's telling me that it's making it here, though. Oh, case T. I'm not checked. So T, the T is of all three union types at that point. I'm going to mark this as a clip in a minute. I'm going to mark another one. That's a good catch. Use T here, self.password. Here, if I got to work with self.password, I can't again. Same thing. And T is T needs to be the runtime type, not the union type. Yeah, the compile time is this. T is a int, T is a, maybe doing the case when this isn't best. That's why I'm doing this. Figure this out. Compile time, it's one or the other. When this runs, this is runtime, it's going to be known. So, again, how did they say to handle that? Meaning that if you want, for example, a variable union type, object class won't be able to tell you that, which is a single type. So then foo equals 0 equal to 0. Type of returns the, oh, so I need to use type of. No, I don't want to use type of. Oh, I'm still using type of. For to define T. So define encrypt. So define encrypt T equals foo.class. They saying object hash class dot password, self dot password like that dot class. No. Saying object class. Oh, 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 oh. They're saying you do this. I lost my mic for a minute. I'm gonna have to stop and come back to this one and understand a little bit more. I'm not gonna leave this about instance versus I mean, I could figure this out and solve this password part. There's something I would need to understand more about when and how this gets instantiated and the types that get, but beyond the instructions here. Object slash class, the difference between them is a type of return the type at one time. This problem is designed in a way that they hopefully that they know you're going to run into this. They'll not be able to tell you this or return the type at runtime. Single type equals hello, foo.downcase, error, undefined method, downcase for string or this. So a special method for union types. It's isA. The nil method is a shortcut for isA nil. Okay. In a control expression, will make the compiler know what type it is and therefore guarantee that the type. Okay. So when we're not working, we're literally going to do. Okay, I'm not going to give up. I don't even need to define T because I need to decide what T is. I don't need to decide what T is. I need to check what T is before any operation. I can't assign a T to something. Click. I can't assign a T to anything right now. I have to say if T dot is a int 32. Boom. Self.password. I'm going to get rid of self. At password equals. I kind of don't like passing password around like this, no pun intended. I'd rather have a temporary variable and then at the end output change the value of at password. We're doing this. Else if I need coffee, I need to use a restroom. If T is a float 64, boom. Password is that. See, it just took me a second to slow down and go back and understood what they mean. Password.reverse. And you know what, this is probably how it should be done anyways. Especially with the weirdness of the runtime versus compile time check. So, it doesn't know what T is because T is at password. Else if at password. I might get a second wind here. And get up from the chair. Get up from the chair. Get up from your chair, take a walk, get moving. It's 10:05 a.m. I just started this at 9. It's like hours into stream, but yeah, I just started this at 9. Password is a int 32. If at password is at password 2.round. I don't remember if you have to call round like this or not. Shoot, I just screwed up my Okay. Run these tests. Oh, and it's still telling me that it can't divide for compile times this, or this. But I'm checking is A first. Is A. What it said to do. I want it to know at compile time. Undefined method, divide by 2 dot round. You gotta float an int or string. So is a int 32. Password, it doesn't need another check. Password equals password dot is a. I see why this could get funny. Int 32. Password equals password is a int 32 this question mark. If it is password equals password is a int 32 password divided by 2 dot round. Otherwise, nil. Is that what you're supposed to do? I'm taking a break. Taking a break. Okay. Okay, that wasn't much of a super break because I'm looking at this again. I'm just guessing. What if instead of asking, is it this here, and that, or nil, you just say password equals password. You do the is a here. Password dot is a int 32 right before the divide, right? Still may need like the ternary check. If I can get past this line and understand how that's supposed to work. Did it? No, it's still saying for bool, unified method for bool, because it doesn't know. True, it's true or false. So again, see this branch, this if clause, how does the compiler not know? Password is a int 32, right? How does the compiler not be able to infer? Because at compile time, it's one of the three. I'm going back to the instructions. So like foo, string, or this. So there's this, they say it does have a special method for union types. It takes a type as an argument, turns Boolean. The nil question mark method is a shortcut for is a nil. Putting the is a method in a control expression will make the compiler know which type it is, thereby guarantee that it is that type. And for an else branch, it will be guaranteed that it is not that type. So here, exactly what they're saying. So the compiler is not limited to have a single type as an argument, but can have a union type as an argument. It can also be combined with and to allow for multiple types. Okay. Password is int32. Okay. And then I still need to ask it int32. I don't want to say or. I only want int32s to be able to be rounded right here. Here's the big one. You need it. It needs to be used. No. It has to be assigned. You assign it to a local variable first. So within encrypt, say local equals at password. Local PW. PW dot is a int32. PW equals PW2 divided by 2.round. Let's see if that gets me past first if. Undefined method local for password block. Really? I don't know. I know that there's a local variable thing, but can't use variable PW inside assignment to local to variable PW. Because it's local up here. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking. Can I like, this is weird to me, but password equals PW by 2.round? I just keep it. I use PW, the initial password value, and I alter it within here. Can't use instance variable at the top level. Yeah. Local PW equals well, let me go back. Let me just not call it local. The method. Local good old variable. PW equals password. I made it to the next if. So P is password. If password is a int32, PW equals PW divided by 2. Else if, yeah, learned a lot about the language by doing this one. Just little things that you have to internalize if you're going to write code in every day. So now PW is that. PW equals PW by 4. Else. This is where I could go back to my case when clause. This whole section I need to cut like a video for like each one of these. Each one of these extras.org things for Crystal that I've done. Cut them all up into their own like section of bisection. Section of bisection. PW equals reverse. So if this works, so the test just failed. I don't have a compile time or runtime exception. Yeah, it's good what a 5-minute little break can do. It's great. What a little 5-minute break. Yeah. How far behind the stream is. Check, check. Yeah. Is it just like running really? I haven't checked. It's running really, really slow. I need to clip this in about a minute. And then, so here's what I'm going to do. PW equals password. Case. This is beautiful here. When PW is a int32, here you don't even have to say PW. I do have to say reassign it to itself. Else if when, come on, when this, then and PW equals that. I'm going to do a third when that times 4. I'm going to do a third win for this one because it is a win. It's a win that I got this figured out with and understanding how this works for compile time and runtime. When pw dot is a boom string, then pw equals pw dot reverse. Else, I'm just going to do else nil instead of like raising something here because just for now. Do 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 do. So cool that I didn't throw errors here. Just the test passing. Expected 617, got 1 2 3 4, and this is on digits password. So did I not get the instruction right for the first one? Let's see. I forgot them by now. Maybe I erased something. It's divided by 2 and rounded to the nearest integer. And it got divided by 2, expected 617. 617 divided by 2 is 1234. No, 1234 divided by 2 is, 1200, exactly. So, wait. Password equals password divided by 2. I have to divide by 2 first and then dot round it. So I want test number 4 to pass. That was the problem. Was it losing the round? getting 1234. You know what? Here, I call in, the test is calling encrypt. And this is the last thing, and this would be, I never return the new PW. I never return PW. Actually, I need to return. So at password equals PW once we're done with this. All tests passed. All tests passed. So let's look. Each encryption type should have a password param where, I did that. Each encryption type is these three little things at the end. This is a very, very enlightening, what do you, not kata exercise, but the task 2 of this exercise. So what did I learn? I learned that you need to use is-a on union types, protect against compile time errors. You need to use, you can't alter instance variables in methods or class instance variables. You could have compile time or runtime errors. I'm waiting for the stream to catch up on the one side so I can clip this when it shows that task 2 is complete. Task 3, check if it's correct. So you're going to undo them. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be where you undo them. Well, I'll pull it up. I think it's, I'm going to finish this one and kill the stream. And I'll come back stronger, wiser. The company also asks you to implement a text if it's so incorrect, and unlocked if it's correct. Unlock is check as an argument. You got to check its type, and then you reverse the operation. So wait. So you got to reverse these again. So this one's going to be times 2. This one's going to be divided by 4. All right, I'm going to try and do it as fast as I can. Then define encrypt. These are good exercises. Good job, like the authors of this. Whoever wrote this, I could find out, but unlock. Like I'm actually really enjoying them. Yeah, unlock. And I was curious though about, should this be self.encrypt and then self? I'm still not for sure about that. And the whole at. Okay. Define unlock takes PW, which could be any three of our types, but I'm not going to put them in. Wait, does it tell me it should text the password? They want to return the method now. No, it doesn't accept a password. I already have an app password. So I'm either returning nil or unlock. So what do I do? Isn't it 32? I hate to do this. I don't feel right doing this. Unlock. PW equals password. This is an instance. This is all one thing. Yeah. POZ, PW. Wait a second. They have to pass me the password. Yeah, look. Password lock.new, password.lock.encrypt. They give me the password back. Unlock accepts PW, right? Okay. Check equals PW. I don't have to compare it to app password until the end. App password's the truth. Check equals PW. Actually, no. Don't even need check. I have PW here. PW equals PW times 2. I don't know if I need to round this. No, not now. Not anymore. It's a float 64. See, did I convert types at all in this exchange? I don't know. This is going to be need. This is going to need rounded. Dot round. This is a cool exercise. Home. So I'm reversing this. This one can actually stay the same. I'm re-reversing. So I've done that, but case needs else nil. So I'm not done. This gets me to here. And I'll just say I don't like how in these checks and then here I'm actually using the argument and modifying it, and I'm just not going to change it right now. I'm trying to get through this one and take a break and stuff. Just want to point that out there. If someone watches this, like, you're modifying the input argument. Else no. So now, if PW is correct, it should match password. It should match at password, because we undid our so-called encryption. So really, this stuff should be in its own method. If encrypt is called, it calls the method with a certain flag. But like anything that works on line 20 to 22 or 9 to 11 should be in one method. Encrypt calls that with hey, yeah, encrypt or unlock. And based upon that, these operations just flip. Yeah, that's how it should go. And in the real world, if someone did not, if they thought that and they didn't just do it now, it'd be bad. I'm not doing it now, but it'd be bad. Because then someone there's never going to come back. They're never going to come back and undo it, or someone's going to have to come back and undo it later. Or they're going to come back later and say, well, why didn't it, could have done it like this. So, recap. The password is now, PW is now reversed into its original state. So, it should match. So we're going to say PW equals at password, question mark, return unlocked, if not, nil. Come on. I'll be surprised if I don't have some stupid mistake here. At least it's just test failures. So in this case, expected unlock got nil. Initialize password lock. And this is on 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 dot should equal unlocked. Else. And I said it was. Oh, yeah. So this is int 32, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is for the first case. If it's an int 32. Makes me wonder if this is not an int 32 and it falls into here. This one's for the float 64. Should equal unlock. Expected unlock, not nil. Okay. PW Oh, I wonder if I'm referencing PW like correctly here. If I never check it out, if none of these, if there's never a reassignment, and then I'm comparing it again down here, check equals PW. I wish I could text editor right here. Can you do like control D on this? Oh my goodness. I can use multi-line cursor. Are you seeing this? I got one more, right? Ready? Boom. Check. Wow. Good job, Exorcism, or whatever code editing library this is. My hairs are standing up. I just was able to. So check equals PW, check is A, and check equals. So now down here, just because there's no, just so I'm not confused on my part. I don't like playing with the reassignment of the input. So if check is equal to password, unlocked or new. And it's possible that the equal is checking type and value, and they're not equal, but when like the values actually are, and so that's why I'm getting unlocked and not new. So test 10 fails. It's the same two tests. Password lock new. Unlock 1, 2, 3, 4. Should equal. Undefined method unlock. Wait. Okay, never mind. I'm thinking. My phone dinged. My phone dinged. Okay. So this one's 32. String reverse ones pass. Like a digit password is incorrect. Wait. Am I in the right task? Task 3, right? Password lock unlock, and your current password is correct. Fails. This one passes. What's the difference in input? 2222, okay, this passed. The difference in this one is what? 23231 422. 23231 422. Here they go off by 1. It should equal nil. Whoa. Oh, this one passed. I'm looking at this one, unlock got nil, because they match. So for this one, take this off. It initially gets multiplied by 4. Evenly divide it by 4. Oh, with not maybe not round, maybe not the check dot round divided by 4. So it's still for inputs 1, 2, 3, 4, and this time unlocked got nil for these, and they do match. I'm gonna print out check right here, and if anybody's seeing this, you can, in Crystal programming language, you can just say P for print, P check. So check should equal password. Not unlocked. I wonder if it's just this comparison thing. All the cases check equals password. No. 2468. Wait, I thought I had to reverse the encryption. Expected unlock got locked. The first one, they divide by 2 and round. So here, times it by 2. And of course, my output's 2468, double it. But the passwords match. So it expects unlocked. Don't get unlocked because here the password. So if it's int 32, I'm thinking, I am thinking on this one. Well, everything else passes, so I don't want to screw up. Like this one works. Test 11 works. 2470. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 should equal nil. For unlock, should I be checking that? Is the goal here, because this, okay, password lock. The goal here is for these two to work in conjunction with each other. Then. So it shouldn't be unencrypting the encrypt from here. Again, the one that fails should be unlocked. Fail, expected unlock, got nil. Because 2468 is what the check said. Four steps. So this one passes. Oh my gosh! I just have to read the test. Look, new. It gets encrypted. It gets unlocked. Immediately. And all you have to check is if this argument matches @password, because @password is the main. Oh my! So literally all this can go away. 10:56 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's June 14th, and it's a beautiful day. And I just tried to way overcomplicate that. So just unlock, you just check if PW equals @password instance. This is one instance of one process. They're all working together. It wasn't encrypted, and then later on you got to decrypt it, reverse it, and check it. It's check does PW equal @password, because @password is our main mother of truth. If it equals it, unlocked, otherwise nil. Now watch, this is all going to pass. Now, let's see what else is. Is it the same two tests? Oh, there's 3 failed tests now. Well, I thought I was on to, so I'm going to look back at this one. This is the float one. Now the float ones. 4222, 42222 should equal unlocked. What did it get? Nil. What am I doing here? PW, is it because there's a type? Did the comeback is after it's encrypted? Is it the type changing? Because password can be, it's a union type. This whole thing is on union types. The whole thing is on union types. And there's like a gotcha with union types in this. I'm going to undo this simple line. Okay, same test. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now my simple integer one It's failing. Expected unlock. Fail. There's something super simple. Am I? No. I don't need to do a triple equals. I need to stop and think. Password doesn't get modified until after encrypt, until within encrypt. Oh my goodness. Okay. Undo, do. Because I modify password at the end of this, in the test, I call that. Now it's modified. So to unlock, the unlocked version, after going through this, I need to keep undoing. This is the last good state I was at. Lost audio. I'm muting. I'm going to come back to this. Put a note. Boom. It's 11. I think I'm going to call it, but I want to get this one. Streaming crystal goals. Open this one. Boom. Close that. Do this. Preferences. I'm doing text size a lot bigger. Text font. Edit. I was only at 48. I'm going to go to something cool. Okay. Break until 1 o'clock. The text will take here in a second. It did save, right? I made it all a lot bigger. Come on, note you can update. Why did the note not save? Why did the preferences in this update? Always do. I wonder if I go all the way to the top. Yep. That's so funny. Katie notes. Oh, wait. Put that down here. Print. Cut. So back in a bit. How it does that, and then you can go boom, 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 boom. I'd rather do this than screw with this test. I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna mute. That's it now.